We're streaming.
Oh, the phone was here.
Let's see.
All
Is
right.
this internet thing
What's it
okay?
look like? Are we framed okay? Because you know how I am with that.
It's taking a minute.
Or am I chopped
Do you
off
need
again?
to move it over?
Well, it's very, again.
So just move it over.
The centering is not centered.
So just move it over. Sometimes I need a second pair of eyes. I had everything else set up. That's all.
I can't see what that.
It's live streaming now.
Good. People get to see everything.
So it's no big deal. Just adjust it. We're good. Okay, cool. So I don't even know who's going to join us because we're streaming early, but that's okay. We could just run the podcast. We could go through it, and then whoever watches later can watch later.
You got it on the
one set.
Oh, power.
Yeah. And then this little pop-up thing came up.
Ooh. Are we on the live chat or the other chat?
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's on live chat.
Hi, Louie. How are you?
Okay, so let's do this.
Let it be done.
Okay, so
hey, what's everybody? Oh wait, hey, that's just got me. Oh, there's another guest star walking in. Hey, everybody! Welcome to another episode of Living the Scream,
the behind the scenes of the Mummy and the Monkey. And I am Janet, the Mummy.
And I am James, that plays Grimm Gorri, the Monkey.
And I see Maureen and Paul hanging out with us in the chat. Thank you, guys.
We got Louie and Earl in the studio. Earl?
The Crypt Kitties, 2 out of the 3 Crypt Kitties are here because I was feeding squirrels and birds out on the porch here, and they are just loving it. They were looking out the window, you know, looking for the birds and squirrels. It was kind of funny.
Hey,
so
Grandpappy.
the kitties are running around because they're all excited that the birds and squirrels are
I
out.
see some people are rolling in here.
Hey there, Grandpappy. Good to see you too. Yeah, it's been a crazy couple of weeks.
Has been. I guess the one thing we can address right away is how are we feeling after running in after 2 years running into the COVID.
Yeah, so we're like, I don't know what, 80, 90%?
I'd say close to 90%.
We're close to 90% better. Our voices aren't 100%. We still like get phlegmy.
Yeah, there's still some.
It's still gross.
Kind of.
We still get boogery.
It's a weird, like, you know, 1 minute you think you're doing well, and then all of a sudden you get like a stuffy nose, or like my throat feels like, I said, it feels like, it doesn't hurt, but it feels like I ran, like when you run outside in the cold or running around and you get that sort of a itchy type of feeling, like in your throat. It feels like that now. And I can cough like that if I want and get a really gross smoker's cough, which I don't smoke.
Yeah, sometimes we'll still cough and sneeze, and it's like, you know, we'll feel good for part of the day, then like it'll come back where we're like coughing up a lung or something. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, at night it gets worse, just like with any cold.
Yeah.
For some reason, so I'm sipping on some tea, some Earl Grey.
I've got some lemon iced tea, so we're both sipping on tea.
I'm trying
We've
not
got
to stain
water
my swell t-shirt here.
But yeah, it's really gross. So definitely be careful out there.
Yeah,
we were
vaccinated. We got the 3 shots, and don't know. This more than likely was the variant, the newer one, I would imagine.
Because even the mild case can put you out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a week and a half, and we're still, you know, coughing and stuff and sneezing every now and then. But
yeah, the first week was just like, you know, it just put us down. We watched a lot of Miami Vice and a lot of Friday night videos, thanks to Gary Smith, who and when he came up to Cinema Wasteland the weekend before, we weren't feeling good. He brought up some, because we had talked about, you know, stuff that he may have taped or anyone might have taped on video, you know, that especially if it was local, or, you know, anything 80s, 90s, 70s, even if he had it, that me and some friends are looking for stuff to archive. And I don't know how Friday Night Videos came up, but he mentioned that he had a bunch on tape, and brought them up to Wasteland, and I converted them, I transferred them to DVD, so we can watch them on our DVD player.
Yeah, so thanks, Gary, for those VHS. You converted them, and we were pretty much
transferred them,
like locked away in our room, trying to not give germs to your mom.
Yeah, my mom lives with us, so we had to. That was, you know, she's like 76, so we were trying our best to, you know, not get her sick, and so far so good.
yeah, so she's okay, and you know, we're not contagious anymore. You know,
No.
the worst of it is over with. Fingers crossed. It's just we're still kind of boogery. still kind of have a little bit of a cough.
Yeah, there's still stuff going on in the old nasal passages and stuff. But
Yeah, still a little stuffed up sometimes.
yeah, so. Yeah, so you know,
So
sooner
there's
or
our
later,
COVID report.
sooner or later, everyone's gonna run into it. We had a pretty good run there. No colds, nothing for about 2 years because
we were really good about the masks for a while, and
it's distancing and washing and sanitizing, all the
and we thought, oh, spring is
protocol.
Here. Cases were going down.
It's like everybody else.
We had our boosters. We should be all right, you know.
Because nobody
And then we go and get it, and then we go and get the germs.
Contrary to popular belief, most people that wear masks really don't want to wear them, but they want to wear them so we can get the whole thing, down to where no one really has to wear them. That's the whole point. It's not about, hey, I get to wear a mask forever.
No one likes wearing these.
No.
Like, I hate wearing them, but I feel like we have to now.
Yeah, no one wants
we have to be more careful.
Nobody wants to get vaccinations or shots, or even if you want to go over to another country and they have to vaccinate you against their local, nobody wants to get the shot, but you get it, so you know.
Yeah.
So there's a difference. Again, we're not going to get into that whole thing.
Yeah, we're not going to
politicize. It's not about that.
It's about public health and safety. It's not about politics. And
no.
You can't go by, what you found on YouTube.
You can't.
What your friend told you on Facebook. You have to go by a legit source.
Yeah, but so anyway, but I knew it was inevitable at some point. We were going to run into this thing, and we did.
We did totally head on.
We did together. We did it.
At least we were sick together.
Yeah, well, yeah. But it was good. But it was good. It was. We made the most of it by not doing much, and like I said, we watched Miami Vice was one that we watched a lot. I threw that in, and
old movies.
A bunch of old movies.
We fell asleep to a lot of stuff too. We did a lot of sleeping.
Yeah, well, a lot of the Dino stuff on Late Horror Show.
Yeah, the old radio shows.
Anything that he had on, so that was entertaining. Thanks, Dino, for that. If you're watching, and if you're not, check out the Late Horror Show. It's good stuff.
So, when we do appearances, we're still going to do appearances.
So what now? Is this a special edition?
So let's get into MummyMonkey stuff a little bit and do that for a while.
Do you want to start
we can talk about the reselling.
I would say do reselling first.
Do the reselling first?
Yeah, and then
get into the chonky bits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reselling. What up with that?
Need some tea.
Hello, Louie. Oh, Louie's here. And the cats didn't seem to get sick either, which I hear you can transfer it to.
Yeah, we were trying not to,
French kiss the cats.
We weren't kissing the cats. We didn't want to give them germs because I usually hug and kiss them up. But
yeah,
when we were really sick, I was not hugging or kissing them.
Yeah,
I would pat them, but wouldn't kiss them.
So reselling.
Yes.
Things are chugging along.
So things are still steady. Like, even when we were really sick, we were still trying to get orders out. There were a few days where we scheduled online pickups because we had fevers and stuff. We didn't want to go into the post office and get someone sick.
Yeah, drop an order off. Right?
So what we did was we would pack up our orders, and then we would go on the USPS website to schedule a pickup, and we would have everything put out ready for the mail carrier to pick up our orders. That way we weren't coming into contact with anyone.
Oh.
We were trying to be as careful as possible with that. And luckily, before we got really sick, like the day before I went to the grocery store. So we had food for that week. Yeah. Like, we were good.
Yeah, we didn't test until like the Tuesday after Wasteland weekend. So, because I just wanted to make sure, because I said I wasn't feeling good. And then you said you weren't feeling good, and a lot of people ask us, do we know where we got it? No, we really don't know where we got it.
We have no idea. Well,
I'm just documenting the time, or basically saying when we didn't feel good, because I felt fine at the convention.
Someone asked, where did you get it from? I'm like, people?
And a lot of people are asking that.
Where do you get this from? You get it from people. So.
We got it from someone that started it 2 years ago.
Someone had it, and we got their dreams.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter where we got it.
Yeah, I mean,
it
was our faults for not taking precautions.
Yes and no, but like they said, it's been out there. Everyone's gonna run into it, some way, shape, or form. And even if you never know you had it, you know what I mean.
But I thought we were gonna talk about eBay.
Yeah, we were explaining the pickups and stuff.
Yes. So we scheduled pickups online so that way we didn't have to go to the post office for a little bit.
Right.
And that seemed to help wonders.
Yes.
And sales were still steady, so even though we weren't like feeling the best, I remember still going through and like pulling the orders and like still trying to get stuff packed up for the pickup schedule.
Yeah.
Scheduled pickup. And you know, there was a good chunk of the week where I did not do any eBay listings for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
We were sick in bed.
The motivation is just, you know, you just feel like, I mean, you just lay down. And the weird thing is, again, I'm not trying to get back in it, but I did sleep very well. You know, usually when I'm feeling great, that's when your mind starts, you know, spinning and thinking about everything, even if you're not thinking. But when I was sick, I just was like, oh, I'm done.
I couldn't.
Great.
I didn't sleep good at all. I was all stuffed
It was
up.
weird. I slept like a baby, and I didn't
I
even
would
take
wake
anything
up like
for
every
it.
couple hours.
I took nothing
like,
for it, so.
I don't know. I just did not sleep good.
But yeah, so the motivation was loaded to do a lot of listings and things, and eBay. Whether you like it or not,
eBay was kind of put on the back burner because
and it runs on the algorithm. It really does make a difference if you don't list every day.
Sales were still steady, but it wasn't where I had them because a week or two before all that, my sales were like climbing up a little bit. They were doing pretty good, and then it just went kind of like meh.
You don't have a huge death pile either to pick from, so.
Yes-ish, no-ish.
But I'm just saying,
I've got stuff. I just don't have mountains of stuff like you do.
But since we didn't get to go out and find stuff, You weren't like, well, I got all the stuff I need. You really don't. I do. I could list.
Well, I was able to take some time in between the whole being sick thing, and I did go through some of my video games.
Yes.
I had like a little video game graveyard. I had some broken Nintendo Game Boys, and some old games. Some stuff I was selling for parts. I had like 3 or 4 Nintendo Game Boy systems where I tested them and they just didn't work. So I was able to sell some of them for like $35, even though they were broken. In working conditions, some of those old Game Boys are like $100. So yeah, I had some decent sales just going through like some stuff I had kind of sitting around on the back burner that I meant to go through at one point or another and then just never did.
Right. Yeah.
So that really helped because it was like, oh, okay, well, we can't go out and thrift. We're sick and we shouldn't be giving people
to
germs.
Yeah. Well, that's the responsible thing to do.
Yeah.
And we did that, so. Plus, it was an excuse to lay around and watch Miami Vice for hours.
I have no interest in Miami Vice. You were like, oh, let's watch Miami Vice. And I'm like, okay. The music's fun because it's 80s music.
Oh, there's so much 80s music.
The fashion is fun because it's 80s fashion.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's macho cop guys.
It's like funny. Some macho cop guy show, and I'm just like, I fell right asleep. Miami Vice puts me to sleep.
There you go.
It was the most boring thing ever. I'm like, this is
but
dumb.
They're looking for Calderon.
I just couldn't.
Yeah, it was fun. For me, it brings back a lot of memories because I used to watch the show, when it first was on, and that was one of the things, man. And that's when I, being a young man in high school and that kind of stuff's on, and those are sort of like the dudes, anything on TV said a lot of that music said a lot of standards or whatever to sort of like kind of role model. But everyone had to dressing like that. I remember people coming to school with no socks on and
with the loafers.
Oh yeah, everybody. Cleveland, not
and
Florida.
They're all dressed like they're from Florida.
But there you go. The influences.
Mark says, which season of Miami Vice?
Started with season 1, baby. I had season 2, and I know someone said it's on Tubi has it or something. All the seasons. I don't know, but I like my physical media, and I had season 2 for a while. I haven't watched it, but then we went to the one of the VOA or something, and there was season 1 and 2. So I grabbed season 1 on DVD and said, "Well, now I'm ready to go."
The cats are fighting over
Cat
there.
fight.
They're wrestling.
They're just sparring.
Should I break it up?
No, let them go.
Let them fight.
Yeah, they were sleeping all day. It's time for them to get a little. If you watch the Discovery Channel, lions do that all the time, and cubs. they wrestle with each other.
Wiki Bobby says, do you ever sell PlayStation Portable? In the past, I would sell some games. I don't have any PlayStation Portable stuff. I love selling video games. I just don't always find them. And some stuff I would keep for a while, like I would pick it up cheap at a yard sale or thrift store, flea market, hang on to it for a while and then sort through it later. Some stuff I keep, some stuff I sell. Some retro Game Boy stuff I like to keep. I like the little portable games.
Right.
They don't take up a lot of room. I don't have to worry about hooking them up to a TV. They're easy to test. I could just plug them in or get the batteries and try them out. So.
What was that one? I never heard of Swan something. What was that thing you said?
Oh, so I had a Japanese exclusive. It was a Japanese import video game handheld system, and it's made by a company called Bandai, and it's called Wonder Swan Crystal.
Quisp.
Wonder
Cereal.
Swan Crystal, and it's
Isn't that like a deodorant, like that now natural?
no.
Wonder Swan deodorant.
But it's you know, just a little
Crystal.
video game system, and it takes cartridges, but the cartridges are shaped different than the Game Boy ones, and the buttons are even set up differently, and the screen is like a vertical, like a skinny rectangle shape. I should have, well, I packed it up yesterday. It sold yesterday. When I bought it online years ago, when I was a collector of a lot of the games, I think I paid maybe $50 for it. I don't think I paid much. And the games were cheap. It was just a cheapy game system, and now the games are like $50, and the system in working condition goes for over $150. I sold mine broken because unfortunately the screen is messed up, and I sold it broken for parts for $39.
But you used to work at EB Games, didn't you?
Yeah, I used to work for a game
So
store.
you found out, didn't you have other stuff from there too, or you can't talk about that?
Oh yeah, I would get like free stuff because when EB Games, before GameStop bought them up, they would get like strategy guides and like these promotional giveaways, and if no one claimed them or if some stuff was pennied out because it just was old and didn't sell, instead of it getting thrown away in the dumpster, I would tell my boss, hey, I'll take those. I'll take that stuff home. Don't throw it away. And yeah, I had all these, super chat, bargain barons.
Oh, they're on. Cool.
Yay, thank you, bargain barons.
I hope I don't. If I sneeze, I'm gonna have to run up and you'll hear me probably sneeze, but I'll jump up so you don't have to see me sneeze.
This is practice for tomorrow because
I'll have that mask on and everything all night. Oh my lord.
yeah, our voices aren't 100%, but we are
Oh, my
doing
Lord.
better.
I'm still a little better with my George Decay because my voice is a bit deeper.
And I sound like I probably smoke a pack a day.
Well, finally the world knows.
I don't smoke.
She's like the Spider Woman sitting there smoking. Hello, darling.
Darlings. No,
Where's
I
my
don't.
Where's my whiskey, my bourbon, and my cigarette?
Glad to see you guys feeling better. Thanks, Insane Jay.
Getting there.
Zeroed out
Insane
items
Jay.
built my collectibles and movies. Yeah, so some of the stores when I worked there, you know, they were gonna throw all this stuff away, and I would be the one to save it, and then I would hold on to that stuff for a while, and you know, almost 20 years later, I was able to sell some of those things and get some money on it.
You got some of that signage still and in-store signage?
Yes, some video game signs I still have. Some I've sold, some I'm selling. There's a cool Donkey Kong one that's in my eBay store, but I haven't, you know, I have it for a pretty penny. I think I put like a couple $100 on it because it's hard to find.
Yeah.
38 years ago today, MASH went off the air forever. I was crying.
I remember that. Yeah, people were throwing TV shows like Adam 12. I used to love as a kid. Wild Wild West. I used to love as a kid. That's the one I'd love to see again. Love Boat. That was a little later.
Yes.
I would like to see more of those.
I used to watch reruns of MASH with my one uncle back in the day.
I remember
when I'd go visit some relatives and stay at their house for the weekend.
I remember not liking MASH as a little kid and then loving it a little later when I got a little older. I got the comedy then. It was the Korean War, right? I mean, it was like a army tent type thing.
It took place in the 50s
Surgical
in Korea.
tent. Yeah, and it was like, I didn't really care about that as a kid. But then again, I don't know why as a little kid, like when I'm 3 or 4.
It's not really meant for little kids. So.
Yeah, but when I was 3 or 4, I loved Perry Mason. I don't know why. What was I watching Perry Mason for as a little kid? But not MASH. I don't know. All those things came out around the same time. Perry Mason was a little earlier than that, but they were repeats by then when I was watching them.
Yeah. So
anyway.
Yeah. So once we were feeling good enough to go out to the thrift store,
venture out.
We were like,
couldn't wait.
We could not wait. It was like we felt so thrift deprived, and I would get
Thrift horny?
thrift deprived.
Oh.
Well, I guess we were like, you know, craving. We were jonesing for the thrift stores.
Craving some tea, some thrift.
We were craving some thrift,
Mm.
and
Wow.
we found some goodies.
Yeah,
and
some stuff was found.
there's some stuff I still need to list. I did find Armani. Ladies Armani shirts.
Did you list that yet?
I did not list the clothing yet. I was kind of gathering all the clothing to list.
Yeah.
Hopefully tomorrow morning. I think I listed all the shoes. I found like ladies' shoes. I think some men's shoes. Some cool like Joker, like the Joker from Batman.
Yeah.
Some
high
Converse
tops.
some high top Joker.
Yeah.
Joker Converse high tops.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things.
Interesting.
Yeah, so stuff like that. It was just nice to get out and do that again and thrift.
Well, we went to the honey hole yesterday.
We did go to the honey hole yesterday.
You spent quite a good amount for you, like $50, which is a lot for you to spend.
Yeah.
And I spent twice that much. And I got a cart full of stuff. I just started listing some of that right before this podcast. Sealed appliances, like, you know, little boom boxes. And somebody must have emptied out their eBay store or something. Some of it's at ONN, that Walmart brand. Like,
yeah.
But it was, DVD players. One's an HDMI upconvert one. One's right, but they were only $4 sealed. It's like, yeah, you know, I could probably flip those for at least $25.
I found this weird. It was $4.33.
Oh, that math.
It was missing 2 pieces, but the pieces you could easily, you know, get replaced. Yeah, get replacements for. But it was, it's like some type of face mask with a bunch of weird LED lights in it.
That'll do something to you.
And the different colored lights are supposed to help with like acne and wrinkles. It's really strange. It looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, and it changes colors. And when I was trying to take pictures of it with the light on it, you know, to show that it's working, it did this weird like effect on the camera.
Yeah, like try to take photographs of a analog television, you get the weird delay.
So yeah, it's one of these weird things that I guess sells. So I put it up for like 30-something bucks.
Jerry Barrett says the bargain barons told him to come here.
Oh, thank you, Jerry.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by. Awesome. So yeah, here on our channel, if you guys are new to the channel, we love to do thrift store shopping. We love to go to flea markets and yard sales. The podcast here talks about behind the scenes with eBay and reselling and finding cool things. But then we also host a movie show on Friday nights where we dress up in character, and we host a cheesy B movie. And that show's called the Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangover. So the channel is a little bit of both. I know some people will have multiple YouTube channels, splitting the different categories up. We're just like, you know what, let's just have it on one channel and have different playlists. It's just easier for us to manage the one channel. So welcome, and if you guys like videos like this, hit subscribe, hit the like button. We do appreciate it. The LED lights are actually cycling on and off rapidly, and that's what causes the effect, says Lois. Okay.
Yeah, it's the fluctuation of the light.
Yeah, it's one of those weird quack devices. It's weird, and it's this white face mask thing, but then on the other side it's like all LED lights.
That's weird.
It's the strangest thing. You could probably use it as some weird Halloween prop, but yeah, I listed that yesterday. And you found some interesting shirts.
Lots of stuff. I mean, like I said, I got a cart full of junk and toys and stuff. Some weird, like some stuff that, of all things, floppy. You know, there was the 3-inch little floppy diskettes. What are they called? Not them, but the labels that you print on by Avery. They were like 50 cents a pack for $375. You get like, you know, you get the packs 15, you know, the packs of them. They were $1.11 and they were half off the blue tag. And when I comped them, some people spend $25 to $30 for one pack. I got 8 packs of them. So for like, you know, a few bucks. So hopefully, you know, I could sell a few of those. But not only that, but like I said, boxed electronics, some toys. Oh, how could I not bring this in? The first thing I found there.
Which one?
Freddy.
Oh, you have to bring in Freddy.
Yeah.
We found a new friend at the thrift store yesterday. He wanted to sell it. And I'm like, no, this guy we're keeping. He just has a really sweet face. He just looks so friendly. We have a new addition to the family.
So yeah,
we decided to keep Freddy.
These two are like holy grails. If these are in these stores, they're gone in a second. Look at this guy.
I mean, look at that face. How could you say no to that face?
And it was a whole.
We're keeping Freddy.
It was a whole $2.11. I mean, if you can find these Lomos,
they're so hard to find. The vintage Halloween decorations like that.
This was on the shelf. I couldn't make a faster beeline and look even harder to see if there's anything else laying around.
Look at his cute little hats.
So
He's got a little hat.
These thrift stores kill me. Actually, the place we go to, the place we go to had some decent prices. And it's a Goodwill. But we've been to other Goodwills where they're outrageous. Like, this should, if they were pricing things the way they price everything else, this should be probably $20 to $30 on the shelf. Why not?
He looks so happy and jolly. We have to keep Freddy, right?
So it was the first thing I found when we went there the other day. And you were like, we're keeping him. I'm like, okay.
He's like,
Not a big
we gotta keep Freddy. He's just
we have
so
a little
cute.
collection of them, so that is really interesting and neat. So.
Yeah, some Halloween we can sell if we have doubles, but we do have a small collection of some of these Halloween blow mold plastics.
We've not seen that one yet.
And I have never seen one with a little witch hat. I mean, he's so magical and cute. He has to. Freddy stays here.
Yeah, it's crazy. So Freddy stays with us.
Yes, Freddy stays here.
And like I said, I found some stuff. Again, it's not that, but I found some shirts. I just dug through their shirts. That place that we went to a couple years ago, or several years ago, I found another holy grail. It was a tie-dyed Grateful Dead T-shirt by a particular artist that they did. It was $4. It was the last thing you're like, come on, we got to go. I'm like, okay. So out of my way, I see it on the rack. I grab. I'm like, okay, let me just grab this off. Look, I sold it for $200 to someone in Italy, but it's like one of these weird things. Like, and I knew it could be good, but not how good it was going to be ultimately. So anyway, so they yield some decent stuff. I haven't bought T-shirts in a little bit, but here's some weird. Now this is the weird thing. That plastic blow-mo was $2.11. This T-shirt was $4.66. Like, why are shirts so much?
Some of the clothing pieces were priced higher than like the other stuff.
It makes no sense, right?
Well, maybe if they think it's like a fancy brand or something, because I noticed like their Nike shoes and any shoes or like shirts that looked like they had some name brand. I noticed the price was a little bit higher, but when you looked through like the knick-knack aisles and their seasonal stuff, it was priced like way cheap.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool, all right.
So here, I'll just some show and tell since this is probably a good time to do so. I only picked this up because it says, "Let 'em talk, Lil E and Lazy Bone," and Lazy Bone is from Bone Thugs and Harmony, which is a Cleveland-based hip hop group, rap group. I don't know. I tried to look it up real quick, but I couldn't really find anything on it. I don't know if this is from an album. I guess it's Lil E and Lazy Bone put together.
So the tag is printed. That means it's newer. It's probably been made within the last 10 years.
Right, and that's fine because...
So it's a newer shirt. It's still nice.
Yeah, and I don't know how...
So I don't know. I mean, you paid, what, $4?
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I'll take a risk on it, especially
if
it's
shot.
Band-oriented, hip-hop, stuff like that.
Music-oriented, yeah.
It could sell for something. It could at least get my $5 back.
And real quick, Jerry's asking, how do you tell if the blow molds are old?
Well,
usually the plastic will have a different feel to it. It's like a thicker plastic. They'll be made in the USA.
Does Freddie have any information on this?
I don't see anything on him, but here's the thing.
Not on the back?
Like, I could tell by the plastic that he's older.
Yeah, the spray out.
Usually, like, the paint will look a little bit older. The plastic's thicker. The cord will look old. If you look at the way the plug looks.
What's on that cord, too? Is it
looks like tape or something. It looks like it was tape.
Yeah, you can tell.
So this looks like it's probably 80s, maybe 70s or 80s by that cord.
Mm-hmm.
They're, if you take the light out of the back.
Which might not be original, but you don't know.
No.
That's another thing. Since they're separate.
That light bulb looks old. This whole attachment looks old.
But in all honesty,
so that's how you could tell.
But in all honesty, we don't know if that attachment's original to him. You don't know.
The plastic is old.
Right, but
I could tell he's old.
You know what? If that was new and it was $2, I'd still get it.
Yeah, I mean, even if he was new, he would still be really,
stupid.
really
that price
cute.
Is great. So, Yeah,
And
that's
like
old.
there's unfinished, like there's plastic little tags. He's got like a little
Burrs, they call those.
Yeah, I
Burrs.
guess, but you could just tell by how it feels. The new Halloween stuff's usually made in China.
And they look
newer,
and
like
this-
1990s and up. The old plastic blow mold stuff was made in the USA up until maybe 5 years ago.
Well, and if it's designed recently, it has a totally different look to it.
Yeah.
That has.
And the plastic will be brighter colored.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be thinner, like made cheaper. This, like, you could tell the orange plastic's like a little faded.
It's got a little.
It just has like a certain look, and once you start looking for things like that, and once you compare it to like new and see the vintage, you'll get a feel for like what to look for.
Your eye will be able to tell.
Yeah, you'll have that trained
older.
eye if you're looking for vintage Halloween.
I don't know why I bought this. Was half off. It was like $250, I guess, something like that. This is Savage Gear or something. I have to look it up, but I almost didn't get.
Is that a cousin of yours, Grimm?
It could be one of Grimm's cousins. You know, this is a gorilla, not a chimpanzee, but you know,
he's cute.
All right, so I don't know. I don't know even what. Sometimes I get all wrapped up in buying stuff. Like I said, I only dropped $100, like $108 yesterday, which ain't bad. I mean, for all the stuff I got.
If you picked out some things, or if you sell a few of those, it makes your money back, and then everything else is profit.
That's what I based it on. Yeah. I mean, some electronics, and I found a sealed Polly Pockets toy. She's playing video games. It's like a little, not video games, but some kind of like game stuff in
arcade
style games, like skee ball, whatever it's called, skee ball. Here's now people are all about champion. Well, here's an overall champion shirt, print shirt.
Yeah, I guess that brand is a thing now,
hot,
and I didn't think Champion was like a big money making brand of clothes.
Depending on what it is.
But I guess it's popular. People like the athletic stuff.
It's got the Champion C on the side.
And I'm more of a t-shirt and jeans kind of gal.
Yeah.
So some of those brands I need to learn, like the athletic brands.
So you know, I don't know if I can go wrong. This was like $5, so we'll see if this is worth anything. I didn't look it up because I know Champion's a thing now. And here's something that this one was even more. This one was $7.11. Okay, 7-11. And again, they obviously look at what's on them and everything. It's just not a random price for all these, you know, t-shirts, which I wish they were. But this one's like Snoop Dogg one. Snoop Dogg presents Doggy Style All Stars. Welcome to the House, Volume 1. Album in stores now. It's a .com thing, so it's newish. Rush it or hush it. That's why I was reading the stuff on the back. Tell it like it is, Doggy Records.
That's funny.
So tell it like it is, not like it was. So I'll look this one up.
So the tag, if I had to guess, that might be early 2000s.
Well, it's a .com.
Well, they would have still had a .com then.
Yeah.
That was before social media.
I'm just saying, but that gives you some
So that dates it, because nowadays it would have like a Twitter tag or an Instagram thing.
And I have, we had a t-shirt someone sent to us that was a Goulardi t-shirt. Somebody, it looks like they may have printed on their own. Or we don't know the origin of it. Yeah. But it, you know, was printed on a t-shirt and it had no, so I think it was a Hanes Beefy tee or something like that. But the tag looked old, right? Yeah. So, and interestingly enough, I was telling you about this. If you look up like what is this? All Style Apparel and Activewear, logo history. Like if you Google that,
there are some websites that will talk about like
some people
vintage shirts. They go by like the tag or what the logo looks like. And
some people out there have actually grouped out some of this. It's you know, it's not just one site. I'm pretty sure it's like, it seems like it's kind of random. But like for that Beefy tee, somebody put together a little chart that showed sort of like, you know, between this, you know, 1950 and 1960, that's the logo they used. And we kind of got the shirt to be around like a mid 80s or mid 70s, one or the other. Yeah. But the logo, you know, between this time and this year, that Hanes used that logo for their, because it changed. They did change some of their logos over the years. So that's a resource on the internet if you're ever trying to date a shirt.
There's a lot of resources with vintage clothing, with vintage Halloween collecting, that type of stuff. Mark had a comment. So the jack-o'-lanterns were made by a company called Bayside in the late 60s, 70s. We have one from 1972. It's just a jack-o'-lantern. I had to go look for the maker's mark on ours. And see, and Mark, some of them
they don't have
a maker's mark. Like this one
even on the back?
No, this has this has no maker's mark. He has no marks. Don't take his hat.
The hat's separate, yeah. It's a separate piece.
It is a separate piece, but I would be afraid to take his hat off because what if we couldn't fit it back
I would
on?
never think to take it off.
Freddie says, "Don't take my hat off."
Leave me alone. Just leave your hat on, Freddie. Joe Cocker says you can leave your hat on. Yeah, he's got no maker's marks.
Let's see. Glenn says, "I'm a Canadian with one bollock."
Ooch.
With this information in hand,
Sweet.
What would your favorite horror movie be if you were me?
One bollock, huh? Is this like a riddle or?
I don't know. There's so many.
It's a layered question.
There's so many horror films. It's like, how do you pick just one? It's kind of like when you like potato chips, you can't pick just one.
maybe you're right. Maybe we should have talked about the art thing first.
Maybe.
Because now
we could ease back into it.
Ouch.
All right, so yeah, with eBay, we're trying to get back into the swing of things. The weather is supposed to be beautiful this weekend,
yeah.
So we really want to hit up the local flea market.
Yep.
And see if we could find some goodies. The weather is going to be great. So I want to, if I can, I want to get out and do some yard work too.
Ooh, I can't wait to do yard work.
I know, it sounds so boring, but I'm like, ooh, yard work.
I got to dig some Dungeons and Dragons lead figures out of the garage. I know I have them in there.
Yeah, and we have stuff in the garage we could like kind of clean up and sort through to see what we could sell or
Yeah, there's a lot.
get rid of or whatever.
There's a lot in there.
Yeah. So if you guys have any eBay questions, you're more than welcome to put it in the comments. You're more than welcome to email us. We're the MummyAndMonkey@gmail.com.
Yeah,
If you are local in Northeast Ohio, we are on the lookout for certain things. We buy vintage toys, vintage electronics. We are also on the lookout for old VHS taped off the TV, like old shows taped off the TV.
Yeah, local programming, anything, network stuff that you tape with commercials. I just found a VHS tape. I forget where I get it, and I remember everything I get, but it was marked Superman 1 with commercials, and it was a showing of Superman 1 on our Channel 5, I believe, here in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Probably mid-'80s or maybe early 80s. I can't wait to watch it, but it's got all the commercials on it. It's like 3 hours of show, you know.
Bargain Baron says it's still snowing there.
Yeah,
Regina, or in Regina? Regina? I have to watch how I say that. In Canada, yeah, it's still snowing where they
Regina. Yeah, it was.
But it was snowing here 2 days ago. It's the weirdest thing. So Monday and Tuesday, it was cold and snowy.
Yeah.
And Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be in the 70s and sunny, and it's going to feel warm like summer.
Basically, yeah.
It's so weird. And Jerry says it's 92 in Phoenix.
Wow.
Nope, too hot.
It's far south, so
too
that
hot
makes sense.
for me.
Yeah, but that cold snap still must be flopping through that way.
Yeah, it's like in the 60s here right now, and it was raining all day.
Right.
But it was warmer, you know, wasn't too bad. But that snow the other day was brutal.
Yeah, but then it was gone as soon as it came. It didn't stay.
It melted pretty quick. Yeah.
It was still kind of warm. All right, let's go from cold to hot here, and so we're going from cold to hot and talk about Mummy the Monkey business. And for us, this last week, there was sort of a little bit of another layer of uneasiness. Let's put it that way. When we, unfortunately, due to our unexpected illness, we had to cancel an appearance.
Yes, so we were supposed to make an appearance last weekend, and we had to cancel the event because we were still contagious.
Well, us attending the event. The event's still on.
Us attending the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to cancel and say that we were not attending this event.
That we could not because
because one, we were contagious, and two, we still weren't feeling well.
Well, we were sick, and you don't want to spread the sickness, you know.
So
if there was any chance,
we had to. We had no choice in that matter.
So that deeply hurt us to do that.
So it was,
because we're really stalwart with
it
this
was
stuff.
Crushing to have to do that.
Yeah,
we felt terrible because if we say we're going to host an event or we're going to be at a convention, we're there.
Bells on and everything.
I mean, especially an event that we were promoting for months online. We were talking about it for a long time online.
So it's to the point where I kept asking you, I'm like, do you think we could do it? Do you think we could do it? I mean, we got to let it, you know.
And I was being realistic. I said, as much as I would love to go and do this event, our voices sounded even worse
Well,
last
and
week.
we were still in that
and we
sort
were
of
still in that
possible-
contagious window.
Right, and if one
So-
person would have gotten sick because of us,
I would have felt terrible.
it felt even worse.
Yeah.
So
it just was not a good idea. I was being realistic. I'm like, we can't, because he kept hoping, well, maybe we'll get better, where
maybe
we
we'll
could
feel
go
better and
still
pull
host
it
the
off.
event.
Because it was going to be, it was a good almost all day event. By the time we'd have to get up there to set up and then actually probably test mics.
Oh, it would have been like an all day thing, but
Yeah.
we knew what we were getting ourselves into. We knew that we were, ideally we wanted to be there.
And it sucks because again we're very serious about what we do, and when we make a commitment to do it, we always follow through with it no matter what.
If we say we're going to be at the blah 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 convention, we're going to be there.
Yeah. So
if we say we're going to help host an event, we usually are. So it was a rare occurrence for us to have to say, hey, we actually can't be there this time.
So we contacted one of the promoters of the show. Excuse me. James Loscaro said, "How you doing with the COVID?" Well, we're doing a lot better than we were last week, but it's still lingering stuff.
Yeah, we're still boogery,
Yeah.
but we're okay, dude.
Yeah.
We're okay. Thanks for
If
asking.
anybody's out there thinking they're going to make out with me, don't think about it right now.
Yeah,
It's
no
not gonna
making
happen.
out with James.
Sorry. So we contacted the promoter and let them know as soon as what we did was we had some home tests, some COVID tests. And we said, I wasn't feeling good on Monday, and then you said you weren't feeling too good. So I'm like, we were feeling like kind of like what they call low grade fevers. We were feeling a little warm. So we popped open the tests and we took them, and we both tested positive.
We both tested positive 2 days in a row.
Yeah, because you have to take the test comes double test, and you take one, and then within 24 hours
And
you take another one.
It was like this anxiety was like, oh my gosh, because it's like, oh, that's not what I was hoping. I was hoping it was just a cold.
Yeah.
And not that.
So yeah, so we once we found out got the first positive, it was a Tuesday. We contacted the promoter and told him that got some bad news. Don't think it's going to happen this week, because of because we have we don't have a cold, we have COVID. More than likely we have the COVID.
I mean, if we both tested it 2 days in a row,
Yeah.
it's and we were getting the cliche symptoms.
Yeah.
Everything kind of matched up. We're like, yeah, I mean, that's what we got.
So the event obviously was not going to be canceled. I mean, and because we couldn't host it, there's still going to be, all kinds of stuff going on. And, but, come the day before the event happened, we saw that, that someone else was going to host the show, and that's fine. I mean, obviously it would be good to have an MC there.
Yeah.
The only the only thing that was disappointing to us was who they chose, because they were, let's see, we're trying to tiptoe around some of this because we won't use it. No names are going to be talked about.
We're not mentioning names.
Right. It's going to be.
Because we're not about that.
Yeah.
But.
We were just disappointed in their choice because.
We were confused by the choice and kind of, it kind of felt like a mental
gut
punch to the gut.
Yeah.
At the same time when we were trying to get better.
Yeah.
Because we talked to this individual, we talked to this party.
We're very candid.
About how another party was, how they treated us in the past or kind of snubbed us in the past.
Well, truth to be told, initially the idea was for us to co-host with them. And we were pretty straightforward and said, look, we're not interested in doing anything with them because the way they treated us and the way they continue to treat us. That was, again, it wasn't a figment of our imaginations because one of them attended Cinema Wasteland just the week, this past one, and walked right by us and didn't say anything to us.
Mm-hmm.
We were no less than 4 feet away, 5 feet away from this person, 10 feet away when they were on the end of the aisle talking to some people. And as they strolled by, they might as well have been right in front of the table and didn't even say hi. This is not the first time. And we had spoken, and again, initially we spoke to the promoter and said, look, thanks, but no thanks. We're not interested in working with them because we don't think that they're interested in working with us.
Yes.
And it's nothing that we are
Only
still in the
because-
dark about a lot of things with these people.
Only because it was there was a lack of communication, meaning we would reach out and ask questions and a month would go by and then we might get one vague response.
Yeah.
And there wasn't an open line of communication to this other party.
Yeah, and there's a lot
So
to that. But.
There so how do I say this?
So it's not been the most rosy relationship, whereas with other
people in the biz or running events, there's a lot of people we do get along with fine.
So much camaraderie.
And we talk with them and it's on a professional level.
Yeah.
And
because as far as we're concerned, there's plenty of room in the coffin, in the horror host coffin for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
As exalted to us by the great Count Gore Duvall.
Yes.
You know, he told us that a long time ago. And
who was a horror host on...
He still is.
Who's a horror host in the Washington, D.C. area, who was on television in Washington, D.C. and surrounding areas.
He still has a documentary.
And was the first movie host to stream on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I believe he still has a show on the internet.
He's
but
still
anyway,
online, yeah.
So we don't know why we're being continually ghosted and snubbed, even though they may have a different version of it, but we wouldn't know what that is because they don't talk to us. And it sounds like they've spoken with other people, but again, not to us directly.
Yes.
Anyway, so when we found out that that someone was hosting this, it was a bit of a shock.
That someone else was going to be hosting it, and that someone else was someone who, you know, we spoke to the.
Well, let me just
you finish.
Let me clear that. It wasn't it wasn't a sour grape saying, oh, they picked them. No, we already spoke to the promoter about how these people were particularly not very nice to us, and he decided not to use them initially and just go with us. And that's
because
fine.
At first they didn't get a response from that party.
Yeah, he contacted them, and they never got back to them for whatever reason. And we weren't interested in co-hosting with them just because it would be uncomfortable. I mean, when we just they have not done anything to reach out or to clear any of the air.
Yeah.
We're totally open to it. We have no issues. It's just a matter. Our only issue is not knowing what their issue is. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So it was a little bit of like we said, of a professional gut punch, and of all the people. I mean, you could have got just anybody to sit up there and interview somebody and say, guess what's coming up next.
So
why they picked them, it seemed a little strange. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, we were just confused by that after we had some previous discussions about certain things. And
I'm just going to say on how terrible they've been to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they haven't treated us very nicely.
No.
And for no good reason that we know of. We have no clue why this is going on. And
we're just an email away.
Yeah, I mean,
we're just our contact info is out there for certain parties.
Anyone could reach out.
I don't know what's up with the telephone game where they go and I'll talk to other people about you, but I won't talk to you about you.
Right, and that's exactly what's going on, and it's a little bit it's sus. It's kind of it's unprofessional. It's
like,
catty.
what are you doing?
It's everything that I thought was ridiculous about being a horror host in the beginning was. I remember making that joke, and this is not just, I just arbitrarily picked two monsters. I said, it's weird to see the guy dressed like a werewolf fighting with the guy dressed up like a vampire. They have so much in common. They're both grown men dressing up like characters. Why are they fighting? And I would
doesn't make any sense.
I just picked those two monsters. It could be any characters, But it's just odd to me when things like this happen. We're all in the same thing. We're all way too old to be doing this kind of stuff. But we have all that in common with each other, that we enjoy entertaining people in this genre, and that's all that should matter.
Yeah. So that's all we'll talk about with that.
So which is another layer of uneasiness.
It just
on top
sucked
of the
to
illness.
have to cancel that because we did feel bad about canceling it, and then there was that weird
on top of that, yeah.
Boom. And then you're booking those people, that party,
But all right, so but what that did was, it opened our eyes to a few things, and it'll help us choose who we do business with in the future, I guess, and things like that. So it's
definitely memorable for us.
We won't forget it.
We won't forget that.
Yeah, but
all right, and so we have another appearance coming up, and That's, let's see, Sunday, May 1st, Fan Expo Cleveland. So,
Oh, yeah.
that's going to be, we have a discussion panel that Sunday at 3 o'clock with the Cleveland Ghostbusters.
What did you delete? What was that?
So it was just,
Something you tell me there?
yeah, there was someone in the group I had to shush.
What were they?
They were calling us a name.
Oh, well, I didn't see that.
Yeah, because I deleted it.
I gotta, okay.
Yeah, so I just got rid of that.
Oh, man.
Oh, Bargain Baron says it is pronounced Regina.
Ina, not Nina.
Regina. So, okay. We didn't know that. Sorry, Bargain Barons. Is the stream okay? I'm just checking something here. Okay, looks like it's still good. And let's see. You made the right choice. It's not just the illness. This adds a level of fatigue that just sucks the energy out of you. Yeah, so on top of that, yeah, we still get tired sometimes, and we were very fatigued last week. It really does take a lot of energy out of you. Maureen says, nothing you could have done. It's COVID, and I appreciate your precautions.
Right.
Yeah. So, let's see here. Okay, just put that back. So yeah, Fan Expo Cleveland, we're gonna be going there.
Yeah, which was formerly Wizard World.
It was Wizard World. So there used to be a convention called Wizard World Cleveland before the pandemic started, and a company bought them out. It's called Fan Expo. So Fan Expo bought Wizard World, and we used to go to Wizard World to help support our Stop it! You're breaking my concentration. The Cleveland Star Trek group, the Federation, and the Cleveland Ghostbusters group, they are both fan clubs that do a lot for charities. They help with food banks, they help with animal shelters, they help with like Ronald McDonald House, kids charities. They do a lot of work, and they're really nice people, and they're just fun nerd friends, and we love it. We're part of both groups, and what's cool is the Cleveland Ghostbusters and the Federation will be at Fan Expo Cleveland. We're going to be a part of a discussion panel at Fan Expo about movie monsters, about horror film monsters.
Yeah, the ultimate one.
Yeah, which movie monster was like the ultimate monster? So that'll be fun.
Is there another? Oh, what happened?
I don't know. I'm just trying to.
What happened?
I don't know. It still says we're live, but the chat is kind of weird. I'm going to check it on my phone.
All right.
Because I'm not seeing comments.
Uh-oh. Somebody.
Looks like we're still live here. It's just the comments are kind of weird.
Oh, it's that little arrow there.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of comments that I missed.
Oh, wow.
That's weird. Like it didn't even load on there. That's okay. I could catch them on the phone.
Huh. Wonder why we can't do that.
I don't know. It just froze. I was wondering if something weird was happening.
All right.
But that's okay as long as the stream is going.
Yeah. Weird. Very strange. You got comments?
Yeah, Big Marty says, jealousy, guys. That's all you guys have. Magic. You truly do.
No.
Well, I don't know. We won't get too into that. But yeah, I just wanted to briefly explain what happened last weekend.
Yeah, just unless anybody wondered, we won't, we owe it to people to sort of let them know that we're, that we did everything we could to try to be there, and if we're not feeling good about something, we'd let you know that too.
And Mark says he's moderating a panel next week on the love of horror. Yeah, I heard that they were going to have some horror discussion panels. Was that Friday at Fan Expo? Because they're having the convention Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I guess they're doing stuff Friday evening that's horror themed, and they're having some cosplay thing going on. But yeah, we're going to be there Sunday for the discussion panel with the Cleveland Ghostbusters. It's Sunday at 3 o'clock. I don't remember what room it's in, but we are on the Fan Expo website with the Cleveland Ghostbusters under schedule of events. If you look at their weekend schedule, we're on the schedule with the Ghostbusters. So that's really cool. And I love, we're definitely going to donate to their charities. The Cleveland Ghostbusters said that there's 2 charities they're raising funds for this weekend or next weekend at Fan Expo, and it's Ronald McDonald House and the Cleveland APL.
Mm-hmm.
So it's to help kids and to help the shelter animals.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And I did ask the Federation, the Cleveland Trekkers, the Star Trekkers. They have a general fund that goes into like a ton of different charities. They help Laura's Home, that's a local women's shelter. They help the Cleveland Animal Shelters, the Cleveland Food Banks. They are part of a lot of organizations. There was one fund that we helped with a few years ago where they were helping the families of fallen firefighters and police officers.
Yes.
So that was nice.
So here we go. I got the chat top popped out here.
Oh, it's loading on there?
Well, I did it different.
Okay, well, I could check it on here too, but that way you can also see it.
Mm-hmm.
Technology makes our lives easier, remember?
So much easier.
Says Bargain Parents. Yeah, usually the chat runs fine, but it like froze. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Yeah, thanks, Bargain Parents. Thanks, Rob and Karen.
Yes.
Take it easy. And tomorrow, yeah, we're doing a show tomorrow, guys.
Oh boy, I haven't started on it.
And we still have to work on it. He still has to work on the movie, and there's some other stuff I want to help work on too. I've been going through and editing celebrity interviews and putting together some other video clips to help with the show. And I did recently upload where we met Steve Hibbert, actor Steve Hibbert from Pulp Fiction. He played the Gimp in Pulp Fiction.
Yes, he was, and you put that interview up on YouTube.
Yes.
Very cool.
So yeah, tomorrow night's movie is going to be Man Eaters Are Loose. It's a made-for-TV movie from the 1970s about killer cats that attack. So there's killer cats on the loose, some tigers or something.
Animals on the loose.
Yes. So.
Oh man. Oof.
Those 70s movies are fun.
They are. And I got to get into that tonight and give it Grimm's special touch. Mm-hmm. And then also the Fanny Awards will be tomorrow night, our first...
Oh, yeah.
Our inaugural, which means, well, I'll explain it. Well,
do you want to explain that briefly?
So yes, the Fanny Awards for people on this side of the hemisphere. Fanny is also, in our case, it means it's an award that the Mummy and the Monkey will be presenting to the fans. You out there, some of you will be lucky recipients. So the first Fanny Awards, there's going to be 4 of them given away, 4 different categories, which I hope to have posted sometime today with the nominees. And the idea, I just tell the idea now. The idea is we have 4 winners tomorrow night. Now this is the inaugural. There will be another Fanny Awards later this year, where I take the 4 winners from the first one here, the inaugural one, and they will be the judges. And anyone that wins a Fanny Award will become a judge. Therefore, and you can't win again. So it's like 1 Fanny per person. Mm-hmm. Or at least, yeah, you can't win another Fanny Award. So it'll make it fair for everybody so people aren't like, they got 5 of them. Or whatever. Somehow I don't know. But we'll pick the first 4 winners. And then the judges that we picked, tomorrow, which will be the first winners, will actually pick the next round of Fanny Award winners, which will be probably in October. And then we'll do it once a year after that. So, and have more categories. So
you're going to do 2 of them this year, and then once a year after that.
Yes.
Just to kind of get the ball rolling.
Yeah, with more categories. I only have 4 that I could figure out this time, and I'm hoping to talk with the judges and anybody else that wants to submit ideas for categories. But we'll max out at probably about 10 ultimately. But anyway, yes. I'm still figuring stuff out. But basically, the Fannies are like the Grammys. But for the fans,
and I'm calling fan oriented, and that's why they're called the Fannies. It's a silly play on words,
tongue in cheek, butt cheek, right?
So Fanny means bum here in the States. Over in the UK, Fanny means another body part
of a female. A
female body part.
But we're not, So take it how you will. But
you can giggle all you want. I know we're immature, right?
But our meaning is neither one. It's the fans.
It's for fans. The Fannies.
The Fanny Awards.
The Fannies. The fans out there. We're calling guys Fannies.
The Fanny Awards. So yeah, we'll do the inaugural ones tomorrow night. 4 winners, and you will receive a physical 4x6 plaque with the Fanny Award and your name on it and everything.
Suitable for framing.
Signed by Janet and Grimm. It's going to be nice. So it'll be fun. And again, I don't know that many shows that have given awards to their fans.
Yeah.
So if they're out there, then great idea. If not, great idea that we came up with. I don't know.
And we want to thank all of you guys out there who have voted for us for the Rondo
Rondos.
Awards.
Oh, yeah.
Voting is done with. That ended last weekend, I believe. And in the near future, they will announce the winners. We're not expecting much. It's just fun to be on the ballot. It's just fun to be a part of it. Usually the top 3 end up getting it, like Elvira or Sven. Yeah. We love all of them, so it's all good. And we have the rare Ronda Award.
That's right.
Made by artist John Rogers, and he's a fan.
There's only one of these.
He's a fan who does some cool artsy stuff.
There's only one Ronda Award, and we got it. It's Rondo's handsome sister, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
Isn't she something?
So that was really nice of John to send that to us last year. We are the only ones to ever win a Ronda. Who knew Rondo had a sister, Ronda?
But so join us tomorrow night at 9:45. The pre-show starts, a whole new Cliff pre-show.
Yep.
Will there be an after party? Someone asked, or an after show?
No.
Maybe probably not because we're still
probably not because we need to get our strength back.
I did the arbitrary. I'm sick of.
So we're gonna host the show tomorrow night, and then after that, we're done for the night.
Yeah,
because we need to rest and
get to the flea market.
If we need to get to the flea market, we definitely need some rest.
Yeah.
So.
But that's the plans for the next couple days.
But here's hoping we can video some of it and then put that video up later.
Yeah.
And later on we will get back to doing the Hairy Scary Hangover shows. It's just we need to get our voices back and get our strength back. But we still want to do shows. We still want to be out here, but it's, little by little we're trying to work our way back up to it.
Keep on keeping on, Fanny. Yeah.
Those are funny.
Yeah, everybody's having a good. And then so make sure you dress up nice tomorrow. You will be attending the Fanny, so make sure
you wear your proper award show attire.
And we will be, we have the ultimate live audience, but I think we're going to have somebody.
So should we dress up tomorrow for the Fanny?
I have my little
Are you gonna
t-shirt
wear a
tux. I got my t-shirt tux.
Oh, maybe I should wear something fancy.
Wear a nice fancy dress. It's going to be an award show tomorrow.
Oh, well then maybe I should wear something
glamorous,
something glittery. There we go.
That's right, and we have we'll have a guest star in the audience. Can't wait. They'll be live they'll be in the studio, so you'll get to see them.
Awesome.
Celebrity. It's going to be nice, and so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Very cool.
Yeah, pop the popcorn. Wear your fanciest snow pants tomorrow.
Your fanciest snow pants.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of people don't like the leg presents. It's like me.
wear your fanciest underpants.
Or whatever. Or tie a ribbon around, whatever you want to tie a ribbon around. A little bow tie or something. Gussy it up. Yeah. Wash it, gussy it, and then we'll see you.
Oh, geez.
We won't really see you, and that's the beauty of it, because you can wear whatever you want or not.
Yeah, that's up to you.
However you want.
Whatever you're comfortable with wearing.
Yeah. So it'll be a fun show tomorrow.
I'll wear my clean jammies, says Lois.
That's fine.
I'm breaking out the two-tone shoes, says Grandpappy.
Oh no, look out.
Well, I need to edit the Grandpappy video.
We did. We got to speak to Grandpappy at Wasteland. It was great.
We did. We saw Grandpappy at Wasteland.
Yeah, it was nice. It was great to see. Actually, a lot of people. We could talk about that tomorrow night. Let's save some stuff for the show tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we have fan mail we're gonna open tomorrow.
Gosh.
We had people. There were people that sent us cards and stuff, and we're gonna open them tomorrow.
It's a package, right?
There's a package to open. Yeah, there's like a little stack of mail. You can't see it, but it's off to the side.
And
here.
we have special. We got special, but we have some fun stuff to snack on tomorrow for snack toys.
Yeah, we have some fun snacks.
I found the Doritos I was looking for. I can't wait to show those off. That'll be fun. Remember, I was telling you about this a while back.
Are you the Doritos I'm looking for?
Oh, I've been looking for the Doritos forever. I thought I was dreaming about when I saw them,
so
and I never saw them again.
He bought some special surprise Doritos.
They're really cool. I don't know. Yeah, and all of a sudden they popped up again, and I was like, oh, there they are.
Yeah.
And they're not banana flavored now. But yeah. Yeah. So is that it? Are we done?
I think that's it. I mean, we talked about what we wanted to talk about.
We got some stuff off our chest.
Yes.
Got
some phlegm out of our.
Literally. Yeah, and so that's it. We're done with all what happened then, and if anyone asks us about it, we just will say we don't want to talk about it anymore.
No, we try to keep positive here.
Of course, yeah.
Like it's now whatever.
Yeah, we're fine. I mean, but it was just want to let you know how, because this is a very candid show.
Well, I think the fans out there know, and I'm just gonna say this: the fans out there know who's like
real.
Who's real and who's a phony.
Oh.
And that's all. I mean, whoever you watch on YouTube or wherever you watch people, I think people can for the most part figure out over time if someone's like they have their whole heart in it, they're the real deal, or they're like a hack or a phony. And that's all I'll say, because we've watched some people on YouTube where we're like, wow, really? Oh.
All right, back there.
So that's all.
You're good.
That's all. And we don't need to explain anything. It's people will figure things out.
Yeah. Well, there's room for everybody in the coffin. So
yeah.
There's all. I'm still going. I'm still living.
Obviously, we want to be. We want to be friends with people. We want to be.
I mean, trust me. There are people we've dealt with. Not we had to deal with, but going into this business again, whatever this is, going into whatever this is,
this three-ring circus.
We've had some pretty, and some of them are really disappointing because we really like some of these people.
Where we go in really naive, thinking we love everyone, we're going to be friends with everyone, and then no, not everyone wants to be friends.
Because to them, they were doing it, and it was a different, they were doing it on certain platforms, established platforms, and any interlopers were just that. They were wannabes, and and like you said, you come in now, you're like, I want to be a horror house too, but we were doing it like as an art form. Again, I always compare it to like a band. So you can't start a band if you're not already a professional musician. It makes no sense. You should have to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like should new bands not even try unless they get signed right off the bat and not practice and not be in a club until they work their way up into a stadium? I mean, how do you?
You have to start somewhere.
There's no school for going to bands.
You have to start somewhere.
There's definitely no horror host university.
No,
that I know of.
There's no official horror host bachelor's.
I'm not working into an operating room going, move over, doctor. I just read on I just went to saw YouTube how to do this lobotomy or this brain surgery.
Yeah, that doesn't work that way.
Let me get that aneurysm, buddy. Move over. I read all about it.
Oh,
it's not the same thing. It's horror hosting. I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying it's it's something. It's entertainment is what it is. So anyway.
Bobby says he's been a fan since Janet was the daughter of the ghoul. Wow, that goes way back. That was back in my day. That goes back like 10 years.
Yeah, mad respect to anyone that's been doing this. I mean, we know how we know we understand what you're going through, even just a little bit.
Whether you are a movie host, whether you are a podcaster, maybe you make a blog, maybe you review things. Whatever you like to do, when you're putting yourself out there and getting started, you have to start somewhere.
You know what's funny is I bet you...
We actually have a friend who recently started a podcast with one of his other buddies, and we were listening last night, and it was interesting. They were talking about drive-in movies and drive-in theaters, and it was real fun.
Well, I always like to...
Yeah, I mean, you start small and you just work your way up.
And I would love to, I wish I could actually prove it or see that, but I'm sure at least this conversation at least once happened, probably all the way around, since the beginning of time. But more recently, like with vaudeville, right? That was the big thing back in the 1800s and 1900s.
Theater and stuff,
well, where you performed on stage, and those acts were, vaudeville was big. It was huge. That's where the Three Stooges and Laurel and Hardy and a lot of those acts that's where they were born, right? They were performers. And I'm sure that once even radio rolled around, radio, what's that? You're going to perform on the radio? What about the stage? Vaudeville, get out of here, you hack. And then all the radio people, that was a huge thing. Then when television came along, what do you mean you're going to perform on the television? What about the radio? That's where it's at. It's like, there's no, I mean, I'm sure these conversations, it's like an echo, even in Roman times, who knows? The Colosseum, what about the in front of the fire, in front of the campfire? That's where it's at. Well, what do you mean Colosseum stage?
It's the evolution of entertainment and technology.
Well, it's just weird. Like, there's like these weird, like, sort of perceptions about what is the most, what is the thing to be involved in, and how this one doesn't count because it's not that. Internet.
And some stuff is very.
The internet's not
some
television.
of it's very clicky. It's very clicky with
anything.
With certain things.
Yeah, I know. And I don't like clicky stuff.
But we just said we were done, so let's say we're done with.
I can go for 2 more hours on
that. No, we're
know.
done. So we're gonna move forward. We're excited to host a show tomorrow, so we're gonna go with that and just keep to Mummy and the Monkey, keep to us.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about all the people. Not talk about. We're gonna discuss. Go over Wasteland. A lot of great folks came out to see us.
Yeah, we have a shout out list for the Cinema Wasteland
and those
people that came out to visit.
And some of those people aren't even like people that we know.
Some of them are people that didn't know what we were, who we.
People brought us nice things. We got some artwork from Marty, some coasters somebody made us.
Mm-hmm. Greg brought us
an ample. I mean, we'll show all this tomorrow. We got so much.
I'll show it tomorrow.
Yeah. We got gifts from people and that we didn't even expect. I mean. And just to meet some of you for the first time.
It was great to meet people
in person.
too. Yeah, for the first time. Yeah.
And we were talking.
Because we were talking to Chad online for a while, but then we never met in person.
Yeah, Marty hung out for a while.
Yeah, Marty came out, so it was cool.
We will touch base, but we'll just. I mean, we got so much material for tomorrow. It's not even crazy.
Tomorrow night might even run over the regular 2 hours.
It may. So we don't even need an after show. It may run over.
So yeah, I mean, we could run it a little bit longer.
So. We'll leave you with that. If you want to party with us tomorrow night, please. Our big Fanny Award show, our comeback show from being off for the 2 weeks and feeling better, and we're going to have a good time tomorrow night. And I'll just leave it at that.
Oh,
what?
I'm going to read some of the comments and then we'll sign off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bobby says, when I saw Janet at her first Ghoulardi Fest, the son of Ghoul said out loud, "She's not my daughter," and people laughed about it. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, but now he's nicer to us.
He's about the same, but that's okay.
He's nicer to us. And again, like I said, mad respect for those guys. I mean, they're definitely the pioneers of this stuff.
Well, we know where certain people stand, even if they say goofy comments like that. So we know Son of Ghoul. We're okay with him.
The proof's in the porridge.
Sometimes he's cranky.
Well, again, but like we said, with Son of Ghoul, you know where he stands. There's no question.
And we are fans of Son of Ghoul. We have bought DVDs from him.
We talk to him a lot.
Yeah, and we say hi to him at every show if he's at the same show where we are.
But we have an open communication.
There's an open communication there.
As opposed to
I would like to interview Son of Ghoul.
You did once at a Ghoulardi Fest.
Yeah, but it was just for a few. I would like to do like a real a serious interview with him. Yeah. Like a sit down with him.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I think that would be great.
I would love to. I think
to really pick his brain about his experiences.
You can't. He's been on the tube for 35 years. It's a long time, even more 35 years plus. I mean, the guy's got some juice in the game. He's definitely one of the real deals. So again, mad respect. And even if we weren't doing this, I'd still be buying stuff and watching stuff.
Yeah, we would still be fans.
That's the thing.
Even if we weren't doing this.
You don't think I would still be watching all this stuff on YouTube or the internet or on TV?
That's what we've been watching. Now, growing up, I couldn't get Son of Ghoul's channel because he was on TV in Akron.
Right.
And I was north.
But now we live in the day and age you can buy the stuff.
So now we just pick up his DVDs sometimes, or we try to catch shit online sometimes. What the station that he's on, I guess they do
stream it on Sunday.
They do a live stream.
Yeah. So and plus it's cool to be talking to the guy on some level. It's interesting, So anyway, so again we'll pick up tomorrow night. We'll have a great show for you all. Going to be a lot of fun. New movie, award show, should be great. Going over Wasteland stuff, it'll be fun.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching and tuning in. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night at the Hangout.
All right. Thanks for stopping in, everyone. And come again, please.
Good night. Good fright. Bye-bye.
How do I get to that page?
Click.